Welcome back, folks. The Fragrant Lawyer here. Today we've got a fantastic and engaging video for you. I received by contact through Instagram, that is the House of Spirit of Dubai. They contacted me and sent 2 discovery sets, and I've taken my time with this. It was about maybe 4 weeks ago, and I've gone through the first discovery set. I've worn every single fragrance. Okay, and for a day at least, so I can give you not only first impressions, but I can give you my full assessment of the first discovery set. What I've done, I've laid it out in front of me, and I've also sprayed it yesterday on a blotter, and I'm going to spray it again. So I'll give you top notes, I'll give you bottom notes, etc. Now, it came in a beautiful packaging. This is it. I'm telling you, it's just absolutely amazing. And I want to thank them again, this house. And I want to make it clear here that I'm very objective. I don't get free stuff. This is the first free item that I've ever received in the fragrance world, okay? So I can assure you that I'm going to be very objective no matter how this came to me. I want to show you how beautiful the presentation is for these bottles. Check them out. They come in here, you open them up, the fragrance is inside, and I've taken the fragrances out for the sake of expediency here. But actually, when you unroll this, there's actually writing on, I guess you'd call it canvas here, and it tells you a bit about the fragrance. So just that presentation alone is, I think, is very, very thoughtful of them. So a bit about the house. This is what is really a house of Nabil perfumes. My understanding is they've been around since the late 1960s. I could be wrong, but I think there is a real tradition and a history here. They are based out of the UAE, Dubai in particular. The sets that I have are right in front of us. I'm going to go through each one. I'm going to give you how I feel about it, and then I'm going to give you sort of the top ones that to me are the best, and maybe the ones that I'm not going to touch. So we're going to first start with RIMAL. Okay, now I sprayed RIMAL. I've got it here. It comes in a nice little container, as I said. I sprayed this yesterday. And I'm gonna spray it again now, because something with this house, I'm telling you the note, you really do need to wait for the dry down. The top notes, there's so many of them, and they're really nice, but they come out, I think, sometimes quite intense. This one, again, comes out also very, very intense in my opinion, but also pleasing. It's not a fragrance that it's gonna bother you. All right, folks, I have brought a bit of a cheat sheet with me because these notes are tremendous. There's so many of them, and I can feel it in the quality of the fragrance. So we'll start here again with RIMAL, and I've got in front of me here, we talk about vanilla, fruity notes, flower, saffron, and nutmeg. Middle, patchouli, sweet notes, incense, rose, ylang-ylang, drying down to caramel, leather, amber, vetiver, lavdamon, sandalwood, musk, and agarwood. So a lot of notes here. And I can tell you this is a long-lasting fragrance. I sprayed this last night. It's still here. So in the dry down, I really am feeling that smooth caramel. And I think that there's the rose and maybe the vetiver and amber are what I'm feeling in their presence. Again, this is probably, it's not my favorite, but it's getting up there out of the group. I think it's a quality fragrance. There's no skanky notes in this, nothing like, that would be offensive. Even the opening is quite fruity. I think it's very, very pleasing. I think both men and women can wear this. I know it's maybe advertised as for women, but I really believe men can wear this too. I certainly would. It's one that I would recommend. All right, moving on to the next fragrance, and that is called BAHAR. And it comes in this beautiful little bottle here, the packaging. And I have sprayed it already last night again, but I'm going to spray it again, and then I'm going to read out the notes to you, but I'm also going to tell you my observations. Oh my God, it's very fruity to start, a little bit feminine in nature, but I really find it is smooth. I'll read the notes to you, and then I'll take a look at the dry down and let you know my thoughts. Lots of top notes here. There we go. The fruits: lemon, orange, plum. There's coconut, violet leaves, lime, marine notes, apple. Look, there's a lot, and we're going to put all the notes in our description. Middle notes of rose, saffron, cedarwood, cashmere, sandal, vanilla berries, lotus flower as well. Base notes, this is where you get that really smooth dry down. Amber, sandalwood, vanilla, musk, patchouli, woods, immortelle, oud, and vetiver. I don't get a lot of oud in this, and I have the dry down right here for this fragrance BAHAR, okay? Very smooth. I'm actually getting some of that vetiver in the dry down. Musks as well. I think this one is for both men and women. Slightly feminine leading. It's not my favorite out of the bunch. It's very good quality. I think it's a day or night type of fragrance. I think it gears more towards women. Out of the two, RIMAL and BAHAR, my preference would be RIMAL in this. Although you can, for anybody's taste, you cannot go wrong with BAHAR. It is an excellent fragrance. The next one is part of this discovery set. Came in this little container here, and it is ABRAJ. Okay, ABRAJ. I'm going to spray right now as well, so I can let you know the opening notes. Oh wow, this is an outstanding fragrance. ABRAJ. Okay, so the listed notes here, we've got, and that's where I'm feeling, is pepper, saffron, cardamom, bergamot, pine, petitgrain, lavender. Mid notes: rose, thyme, cypress, leather, cedarwood, geranium, and violet. Drying down to oud, cypriol, patchouli, tree moss, sandalwood, amber, benzoin, woods, vanilla, and musk. They say, one of the descriptions I've seen for ABRAJ is it represents the skyline of Dubai. And I can see why. This is, in my opinion, an absolute top-notch fragrance. I'm just going to smell it here. Oh, I'm getting that dry down. I'm feeling the patchouli, vetiver, the amber, the woods, the benzoin. It is rich. This is the skyline of Dubai for sure. I think this one leads masculine, and I think it's a day or night scent. It could be a signature scent worthy. I have worn this one. In fact, I wore it to a hockey game, and my friend who was coming with me is like, man, what are you wearing? This is really good. So this is one where I've got compliments on wearing it. I think it is masculine. It is day or night. I love it in the evening. You dress up, you put this on, a couple of sprays. Very, very nice fragrance. The next fragrance I'm going to talk to you about is MEYDAN. I actually have a bottle of MEYDAN, and I'm going to show that to you. Folks, check this out. This is what their bottles look like in this first discovery set. They all look so beautiful. So this is MEYDAN. You can see I've used a fair bit of it. This is one that I own. So let's chat about MEYDAN. So let's give that a spray here. Now I do know how it smells, of course, because I do own it, but I want to spray it here just to get these top notes out again. Woo, leather. This is for leather lovers for sure. So the listed notes, and I'm guessing leather is going to be part of it. So what they say here, this fragrance represents nobility. It represents the Arabian stallion. Came out in 2015. Starts out with grapefruit, lavender, cardamom, cinnamon, cypress, saffron, bergamot, apple, and nutmeg. Middle notes: tobacco, cashmere, jasmine, geranium, agarwood, lavender, cedarwood, and cypress. Okay, and then the dry down: oud, musk, patchouli, sandalwood, leather, vanilla, tonka, vetiver, amber, and benzoin. Okay, irrespective of what they say about these notes on their website, this is a leather fragrance. It is strong. Now, it will dry down rather smooth. You're getting the woods now when it dries down. You're getting some fruits, tobacco, as well as the leather. So this is the one I sprayed yesterday. But the one I sprayed today is literally all about the leather. It ought to be listed in the top notes, in my opinion. So I have, as you know, I have a full bottle of this. It is not my favorite fragrance from this house. Having been provided with all their discovery set, I'm going to tell you at the end, and you wait for that, my favorites here. Do I regret buying it? No. Would I buy it again? No. I think it is very niche. It is very much for leather. It's a strong smell. I cannot see a woman wearing this, quite frankly. This fragrance is for men, MEYDAN. It's a good fragrance, but it will not be a repeat buy for myself. Okay. All right. Next, it came in this nice little container here. This is MAJALIS, and this is probably one of the more talked about fragrances from this house for both men and women. I think it's very popular, and I can see why. So I'm just going to get the top notes out here. I'll read the notes, and I'm going to go over the dry down with you. Oh, it is just, there's fruits. I think there's some incensey vibe that you get at the beginning, and it's actually very pleasing. It's not a church type of incense, okay? All right, so let's take a look again, folks. at the notes of this fragrance, and this is Majalis. Okay. Majalis represents hospitality, coffee, you know, dessert, and they're from the Dubai culture, I think. Okay, notes, the beginning, here we have it. The sweet orange, bergamot, spicy notes, rose, elemi, incense, peach, apple, rose tafe, geranium. Okay, osmanthus, green, and green notes, and cardamom. That's where I'm getting that fruity notes. Okay, mid. Sandalwood, vetiver, benzoin, coriander, ginger, saffron, some powdery notes, clove, and dates. And this wonderful dry down. Patchouli, oud, leather, vanilla, woody notes, benzoin, sandalwood, myrrh, musk, honey, and Arabic coffee. So I think at the beginning, I think it's a little feminine, okay? But I have the dry down here. And I'm telling you, this is for both men and women. It is just a fantastic fragrance. Let me give you a hint. This is one of them that I'm going to buy a full bottle. I'm going to tell you at the end, my tops. This is one I'm going to buy. I think this, if you want compliments, you want people to just, you want to be noticed in a very positive way, Majalis is the fragrance to wear. Man or woman, it's obviously on your skin, it's going to turn differently. My skin's darker, it's going to turn differently on me. And I'm telling you, I love it. It's one when I wore all day. I didn't get compliments on this one, but I'm telling you, I kept smelling myself. I was like, my wrist, I just, it was outstanding, okay? Highly recommended, Majalis. All right, folks, the next one here is TURATH, okay? Nice, cute little thing it came in. I also have a full bottle of TURATH from before. Let me show you this. Folks, check this bottle out. So wonderful. Look at it's like a nighttime in the Middle East here. Look at this. Wow. Well, lovely, lovely bottle. This is TURATH. Comes in a fantastic case. Great to travel with. TURATH, let's spray it, and I'll tell you the top notes, and I can certainly speak to the bottom notes, the heart notes, because I have worn it on a number of occasions. Starts out with almost like fresh dates, I think. So this fruity notes, dates. I'll tell you now the notes here, and then I'm going to talk about the dry down in my opinion. TURATH represents the poetry or cuisine of the Middle East. Okay, so starting out, there's the fruits. Apple, pineapple, strawberry, peach, coconut, blackcurrant, pink pepper, bergamot, there's some cumin in there, cinnamon, spicy notes, rose, cardamom, coffee, dried fruits, and candied fruits. Middle notes, jasmine, lily of the valley, iris, amyris, cedarwood, oud, coriander, violet, rose, saffron, cypriol, and sandalwood. And here's the base notes. Patchouli, sandalwood, guyotwood, vetiver, Peru balsam, leather, smoky notes, citrus, labdaman, incense, civet, white musk, ambergris, vanilla, mosses, amber, and oak moss. Okay, folks, this is another one that I own it, but it's not my favorite. Having tested all of these, would I buy this one again? Probably not, because I've been spoiled now with some of the other good quality ones. I find TURATH, I think it can be both for men and women, but there's a contradiction with this fragrance. It certainly starts out, you know, with the fruity notes and raisins and dates, it seems, but it dries down very dry, okay? And I think too dry for me. And there are many, I've seen reviews where people love TURATH. I like it. It's not a go-to fragrance for me that I would put on a daily rotation, and nor is it one of my favorites from this house. Okay, so that's what I'm going to tell you about TURATH. The next one I want to talk to you about is oud. Now, I'm scared to spray this one because, you know, it's a challenging one. It's not one that I would buy, but the dry down is actually very nice. It's just the beginning of it. It's like going into a cow field, okay? It's barnyard. And I'm gonna spray it just so you guys can see my reaction to this, all right? And then I will read the notes to you. It's called oud. I mean, it is a pure oud. And you know, oud without a lot of additives is gonna give you some barnyard. Okay, I'm just gonna spray it once. Oh, Jesus. Okay, yeah, you know what, guys? This is one that it's challenging. Okay, we'll talk about the dry down, but the initial spray is very challenging. I challenge any of you to spray it on you and walk outside right away and meet people. Huh, you won't, but with the dry down, you will. Okay, let's talk about what they say. This is a reflection of the Orient. Okay, that's what they say. It's 2015 fragrance. The listed notes: pineapple, lime, pear, saffron, pine, bitter almond fruit, black pepper, cardamom, rose, bergamot, lavender, incense, cypriol, osmanthus. Okay. Middle notes: orchid, lily of the valley, myrrh, smoked olibanum, gaiac wood, earthy notes, rose, jasmine, violet, geranium, rose, and amberwood. Base notes: ambergris, sandalwood, cedarwood, musk, leather, tobacco, vanilla, oak moss, benzoin, woods, vetiver, patchouli, and pure natural Indian agarwood, which I think actually comes out at the beginning and not at the end, because the dry down, if I could smell anything after that one, smell my sleeve. Wow. Okay. The dry down is really smooth and nice. Okay, it is. I got to admit. If you can get by this opening, and the problem with this opening for the oud fragrance, it lasts over half an hour. Okay, so you sprayed on, you're going to have that half an hour of that barnyard oud. Now, if you can get through that, okay, it is rewarding after. It is very smooth. It's very refined, I think, okay, at the end. But for me, it's just too challenging. I couldn't, spray it on and then go out right away. I think it's one that it would be a hard pass for me, the oud. But I can see if others, you're really into the pure ouds and you want to wait for that dry down, you certainly will enjoy it. But not one for me. That's the oud. Okay, the next one, FAKHAMA, it's called. Not a swear word. It's spelled F-A-K-H-A-M-A. All right. We'll spray this one. This is very pleasing actually to begin with. I've got a lot of fruity notes here. I think it's a little more feminine. Let me read the notes for you. Okay, rose, Turkish rose actually, Bulgarian rose, bergamot, fruity notes as I said. Oud, sweet orange, elmi, cardamom, coffee, and candied fruit. I certainly get that candied fruit. Middle notes: sandalwood, cypriol, benzoin, vanilla, patchouli, vetiver, coriander, ginger, rose, and saffron. Base notes: amber, castoreum, civet, caramelized sugar, incense, leather, and oak moss. It's from 2016. It is supposed to represent the luxury of Dubai. And I can see why it would do that. To me, it is feminine leading, and I think women, you could really pull this off and enjoy it. I have the dry down here. Oh, it is, there's some floral notes here. I know, they're saying here, yeah, it's fruity floral, so that you're getting the floral notes, the sugary notes. It's a very nice dry down. It really is. I would recommend this for women. Man, you might be able to pull it off. For me, it leans a little feminine, but I think it's one of their top fragrances that I've shown you right now for women. Okay, that's FAKHAMA. Now, we're going to move on to there's some newer ones. The next one is called AJYAL, and this is from actually 2023. So we can see then how they develop. It comes in this beautiful container, of course, and if you buy the bigger bottle, it'll be in the bigger bottle as I've shown before. Okay, so, okay, I've got it on the dry down, so we're gonna get top notes here. I've smelt this before, there's a lot of marine notes here. Okay, it's really nice. I think both men and women could wear this, maybe leaning a little on the feminine side. Here's the dry down. Those marine, fruity sea notes. You're going on vacation, this is certainly one to wear. Nothing offensive about this. It's a very nice fragrance. So the notes here: bergamot, plum, marine notes, yeah, there we go. Pear, mint, rhubarb, black pepper, grapefruit, lime, lemon, and candied apple. Middle notes: cherry blossom, osmanthus, carnation, mimosa, ylang-ylang, jasmine, sambac, heliotrope, magnolia, lavender, jasmine, lily of the valley, orchid, Indian sandalwood, amberwood, rose is in the middle. Base notes: cedarwood, white musk, musks, a different type of musk, I guess, patchouli, tonka, vanilla, amber, and brown sugar. It is supposed to be soothing and representing optimism. I can see that. It is a fun fragrance. I think you'd wear it, in the summer. It's a very summery fragrance. How can I relate it to there's one, Cell Martin, I believe. There's another one, Arolfa by Creed. Those are really old school, and this is a better marine type of fragrance. Men and women can wear this. I think it tends to lean a little more feminine. I do like it. I think it's a very, very nice fragrance. Okay, Last but not least is the one called ROEYA, and this is from 2022. So it's the second oldest in this set that they have sent. We'll spray this. We'll talk about it too. I'm gonna spray myself. I have enough on here. Okay, here we go. Oh, this is a good fragrance. So this is my wife's favorite fragrance out of the whole bunch, and I want to get her a full bottle. I think it does lean fantastic for women. This is an amazing, amazing fragrance. I'll tell you what the notes are, and then I'm going to talk to you about the dry down as well. It's supposed to represent elegance, and it really does. I want to get this for my wife, actually, and I think, guys, get this for your girlfriend. Women, get this for yourself, okay? Cashmerean notes, amber, mandarin, neroli, tuberose. Okay, it starts out that way. Middle notes, orange, blossom, papyrus, saffron, and jasmine sandbag. The base notes, oud, ambergris, ambrette are those notes. So I do have it to test the dry down. It stays pretty linear. It's just sort of a little weaker. I think for women, this, okay. So I'm gonna give you my ratings now, all right? My top, for me, okay, everybody's got their own taste, but my top of the line from this first edition Discovery set, all, I guess, what do we got, 10 here? The first one is ABRAJ. Just, wow, I'm ordering a full bottle. That is just, it's a top fragrance. In fact, I'm just gonna make this my fragrance of the day. I'm just so impressed with this. I love it. This is just fantastic. Number 2 for me, MAJALIS. I know it's unisex, but that dry down is just so smooth. MAJALIS is number 2 for me, and number 3 is RIMAL. Okay, so these are the top 3 for me, ones that I am gonna buy. So I am buying MAJALIS, I am buying ABRAJ, RIMAL. I might wait, but that would be what I would get as well. The ones I don't like, oud. That's a clear no for me. I cannot wait for the dry down on this one. It's just, to me, it's like a punch in the stomach when you first try it on, and I'm not that brave to go out with the barnyard type of smell. So that's a no-no for me. Everything else, top notch. For women, this ROEYA, this one here, you know, comes in this little bottle here, and you'll get the bigger one. You got to get it. I'm telling you, at any occasion, you go out at night, you're going to get attention, women. This is the one for women, is ROEYA. I also think MAJALIS is fine for them as well, and the AJYAL one, which is sort of the newest one, would be great for women as well, okay? Overall, I'm very impressed with this house, Spirit of Dubai. I've read a lot about them before, and I'm very thankful that they reached out to me and sent me sort of the sample set here. I think their quality of presentation is very nice, okay? I know some of these are pricey, some are not. And this set here, not all of them are very high priced. It's all relative, right? The second Discovery set, which I'm gonna do in a future video, I just have to try them more. Those are really expensive, so we're gonna check those out. Just even the sample set presentation, the way they wrap it, the way they do it, it exudes class, right? You know, some of the Middle Eastern houses get a lot of, you know, people look down on them, like, oh, we want French perfume, we want Italian perfume, we British, right? But I'm telling you, some of the Middle Eastern houses are just so top notch. They really, really are. And these guys are one of them. So I hope you enjoyed this rather long video of me reviewing the Spirit of Dubai, giving you a bit of history and going over the first Discovery set with you. If you liked the video, please please comment. I would love to hear your views. You tell me what you like, what you don't like. Honestly, guys, I really love to hear that. Please follow us on Instagram and TikTok, okay? Could do with some love there as well. And if there are any fragrances or houses you want me to review, let me know. I'll go out and get them, and I'll do that review for you, okay, folks? You all take care of yourselves. The Fragrant Lawyer, out.